The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but life without purpose. It is dangerous to be given life and not know why. Without purpose, life has no meaning. Without purpose, life is an endless string of activities without significance. Therefore, fulfilling purpose should be the primary goal of every person. You see, the deepest craving of every human spirit is the search for relevance and significance. The human spirit is always seeking to be relevant, is always seeking to be significant. And that is why it is important to know your why. That is why it is important to discover your purpose. Because without purpose, you can be busy and not effective. Without purpose, you can live a life of no meaning. The greatest part of it is that you don't have to change yourself to fulfill purpose. Because you are designed already for your purpose. God has equipped you already for your purpose. You just need to discover it. Your complexion, your personality, everything about you, the way that you talk. You wonder that why do I talk too much? You wonder that why do I like to sing? Why do I do this a lot? It is because it is connected to your purpose. Let's look at Paul in the Bible. You see, Paul was an ardent believer of the Pharisees' law. Paul murdered a lot of Christians. And he was doing that because he was trying to protect what he believed in. He was trying to protect what he firmly believed in. But do you know what? He was ignorant. But when he discovered his purpose, that very thing that he was doing, that same ruggedity, that same audacity that he had, when he was in the Word, he was able to use it rightly because he had discovered its purpose. He was able to use it for God's kingdom. He was able to use it to advance God's kingdom.
So what does purpose do for you? Purpose keeps you focused. Purpose keeps you aligned. John the Baptist was in the wilderness, yet all men came to seek him. Where was John the Baptist? In the wilderness. Doing what? Fulfilling his purpose. He was a voice in the wilderness, making known the coming of Jesus. Maybe that why you are not sought after is because you don't know the purpose of God for your life. You see, you need to know. You cannot afford to be ignorant of who you are in the year 2025. Tell you something. A city that is set on a hill that cannot be hidden. So God was not actually suggesting that, are you a city? Asking a question. He was saying that, let me say it to you again. He said, a city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. And that is what he calls you. He said that you are a city and that you've been set on top. That is, people should actually be looking at you. The Message version says, you are yet to be a light, bringing out the God colors in the world. God is not a secret to be kept. We are going public with this, as public as a city on a hill. If I make you light bearers, you don't think I'm going to hide you under a bucket, do you? I'm putting you on a light stand. Now that I've put you on a hilltop, on a light stand, shine. So you see that God has kept you on a hill. He has made you a city, a glorious city. No small city, a glorious city. And he has kept you on top of the hill that is for everybody to see. Let me show you another thing. I'm reading this book, Success Strategies, by Bishop David Oyedepo, and he says that you are a city set on top of a hill. That God has set you on the hill so that the world can know the steps to take, and that you are built for the top in God's great agenda. Hear what I just said. He said you have been set on the hill so that the world can know the steps to take. When you begin to walk in purpose, people can begin to find light. Do you know that the solutions to the problems of a lot of people are in your hands? For example, God has said that you are sent to boys. That is, you have been sent to raise godly boys. You have been sent to raise bold boys. And there are many boys in your community that they don't know what they are doing. And that you are there. And God is pressing it on your heart that you should do this. This is what I've called you to do. But you are not doing it. Do you know that the lives of those boys can keep on wasting away because you have refused to take position, because you have refused to step into purpose? And that God is saying that if you do this, if you step into this purpose I've called you to, these boys can know the step to take. That is, God has set you apart for a specific reason. I'm sure you've heard this many times, that destinies are attached to you, and it's not a lie. There are many people that we find possibilities, that we find light, because you have decided to take responsibility for your life, because you have decided that you want to know God's purpose for your life. Purpose is powerful. It's able to set you on track. It's able to change your life. It keeps you focused, like I said. It keeps you focused. It makes you just wake in the morning and you are like, you have a vision in your heart. You have something that is burning in your heart, something you want to solve. If you're just living a life that you don't even know what you do, you're just doing everything because let's just make money, let's just have fun, let's just have soft life, let's just go to work, let's just go to school, let's come out, and like the way everything is, go to school, graduate, get a job, and get paid, get money, have kids, and really, it's how you want to live your life. You see, the weirdest place in this world is the graveyard. There you will see lives, then you will see dreams that were never achieved, goals that never came to life, inventions that were never invented. Because a lot of people, they have desires, they have potentials, they have things that God has placed in their heart that you should do this particular thing. But they've allowed fear, they've allowed society expectations, they've allowed the fact that nobody has done it before. How can I do this when nobody has done it before? And the Bible says that what eyes have not seen, what ears have not heard, what have not entered into the imaginations of men, that God has prepared it for those that love Him. So eyes might not have seen it, people might not have done it before, people might not even have seen that kind of thing before, and God is placing it on your heart. You can't afford to keep quiet because of people, because at the end you're going to give account. And every other person is going to stand. Nobody's going to come and advocate for you that day. Nobody's going to come and say, it's not my fault that I said anything or anything. You don't even have to listen to them. If God has called you to do it, then get to it. DDK always says something that if you have a mission, you don't need permission. If you have a mission, you don't need permission. You don't need the validity of people to fulfill purpose. If God has said it, some that said that God said it, I believe it. God has said that I've called you to this particular purpose. I've called you to reawaken men. I've called you to ignite men with purpose. Then go ahead and start doing it. Wake up every day that you want to fulfill God's purpose for your life. Because people are waiting. Creation anticipates. It anticipates for your manifestation. Creation wants to see what has become. What has she been able to do? What has become of her? The talents I gave to her, has she invested in it? You see the story of the talents. One of them, he said he went to bury what God gave him. He buried it and said, he gave me one now. I know that you are not a good master before, and so take it. And you see the other one that they gave 5. He went back to invest in it. So what are you doing with the gift that God has given to you? What are you doing with the talents that God has given to you? They are for a specific purpose. You see, gifts is not your purpose. What you can do is not your purpose. What you love might not necessarily be your purpose, but they are linked to your purpose. That gift that God has placed in you, the fact that you talk too much, is for a reason. It's for a purpose, and you need to know why you talk too much. Yes, you need to know why people can come to you and they feel so positive. You need to know why people come to you for advice. They just like to come to you for advice. They just think that when you speak to them, they're going to feel very good. When you speak to them, they're going to feel very okay. You need to know why. You need to know why you sing so well. You need to know why you dance so well. Those gifts are for a reason. They are for a purpose. There is a need. See, the fact that you are still alive shows that this generation needs something that you have. There is something trapped in your inside that God has kept, that God has preserved for this particular generation. And it's until when you let it out, that is when people can see it. Say, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify the Father in heaven. So your light needs to shine for God to be glorified. You need to discover your purpose. Let me stop here. In the next YouTube video, I'll be talking about how to discover your purpose. And I don't want you to miss it. So share with your friends, subscribe, like, and drop a comment. And I will see you next time. Bye.